A source tells TMZ that the reason Joe Jonas filed for divorce from Sophie Turner, she likes to party, he likes to stay at home. They have different lifestyles. So a woman gave her opinion. I guess this looks like Twitter. So she says, I think I'm supposed to gather from all the carefully placed headlines that she's a partier and thus a bad mom, while he is a hero dad making sacrifices. But no one seems to mention or question why he at 30 decided to marry a 23-year-old and thought she'd suddenly turn into a trad wife. Now, I'm not gonna lie, in part, I actually do agree with her in a way, right? You can't turn a party girl into a housewife, bro. Like, you can't really do that, man. Like, at that age, especially when girls want to have their fun and live their life, it's extremely hard to tell a girl, yo, listen, you're gonna stop doing that, and this is what you're gonna do now. Like, it's very, very hard. Like, you have to be that guy. Like, you have to, like, it's very, very hard for you to do that because most girls nowadays they want the validation, they want the attention, they want to go live life, go on yacht parties, go to Miami, go to Fort Lauderdale, go on all these trips to Dubai and all these things. They want to live life, right? So this is their prime peak where they're wasting their years. They didn't even know that, right? So she is actually right in a way, which is why I say, when you see girls partying and on their stories and they've have multiple highlights of them being out the country and all these things and doing extravagant activities which they probably didn't pay for, right? Was sponsored, right? You might want to stay away from those types of girls, right? There might be one girl, and some of these girls might actually not be on that type of timing, but just for the odds and the probabilities, you probably want to stay away from those women. But on the other hand, you can see as well that a lot of these modern women today do not understand what commitment to a relationship actually is. They think this is how a lot of modern women think today. And I think feminism and the sexual revolution for this, right? And the normalization of women basically doing whatever the hell they want whenever they're in relationships and not respecting their man. Modern women today think it's fine and okay to be married and be in a relationship and go on girl trips with their friends. They think that that is normal behavior. That is now normal behavior. They think it's fine to go to the club and put themselves in scenarios where men are going to approach them and put themselves where they're putting their relationship and marriage in problems. That's completely fine nowadays. You tell a modern woman, oh, you shouldn't be going out to the club when you're in a relationship or in a marriage. They'll look at you like you have three heads. And clearly you can see from her response that she thinks the same thing. But this is just a reality and the truth today, which makes men ask the question, is marriage even worth it? Is it worth getting down on one knee and risking half your assets for shit like this? Right? Because anybody with decent respect would understand that those are things that you do, right? Partying and going on trips are things that you do while you're single. Once you're in a committed relationship, that's why it's called settling down because you're stopping doing what you did before you were in a relationship because you're in a relationship now. But a lot of modern women do not understand that concept and they don't think it's a correct concept.